We're back now, 7:41 on a Friday morning with an inside look at Twitter, that micro-blogging site that is changing Savannah's world 140 characters at a time. So where does the company go from here? I recently sat down for an exclusive interview with the man in charge.
There we go. My tweet has been posted.
You guys are on Twitter, correct? Right?
They tweet in questions, my Twitter followers.
Do you tweet?
What if you tweet and nobody tweets back? What?
Twitter is everywhere these days, and the man trying to make the company profitable, popular, and yes, cool is its CEO, 50-year-old Dick Costolo. I've been in your offices here for 10 minutes, and you know what I know already? You're kind of the oldest guy in the room. How is that?
By a long shot.
How does that feel, being a CEO of a company that has such a youthful employee base?
It's part of their everyday life, the mobile internet, right? They just take it for granted. So to work with people who see what's coming next because they use it every day and has been part of their lives since day one, it's invigorating. It's exciting.
But as the oldest guy, to keep pounding you on this, but as the oldest guy in the room...
By the way, you don't look so good this morning.
Thank you. Are you teaching these employees, or are they teaching you?
Well, I think it's both. It's absolutely both. I don't know all the answers. And so I absolutely try to teach them, and I 100% learn from everybody in the company.
It is a company on the rise. Twitter was the toast of Wall Street when it went public last month, valued at nearly $25 billion, currently boasting over 230 million active users and 500 million tweets every day. But Costolo admits there's room for improvement when it comes to getting new users.
For many people, when they come to Twitter, the language is opaque to them. And so what we need to do is push the scaffolding, the technology, and the language of Twitter to the background and bring the content forward. The media, the photos, the videos, the content that people are talking about.
Costolo knows the power of Twitter can disrupt and change the world. And he's also aware, but not overly concerned, about the nastiness that often comes in 140 characters. You know, as someone in the public eye, if I go onto my Twitter and I look and I see a tweet that's really nice, man, it feels good. It feels great. But then I read and I scroll further and I see some really tough tweets. Have you gotten your arms around the question of why there tends to be so much negativity on Twitter?
I think that what you're seeing is two sides of the same coin. The beauty of the platform is that the ability to have a pseudonym that you can tweet under has enabled political speech in countries where political speech is oppressed.
And changed the world.
And then, of course, that allows some other people to hide behind pseudonymity and say mean things to people. It's incumbent on us, as the operators of the platform, to make sure that everyone can come to Twitter and feel like it's a clean, well-lit place and a global town square.
I tweeted about you this morning,
yes,
all right?
I responded back quickly.
Exactly. I told my vast number of followers that you were going to tell me something in this interview that you had never told anyone else. So don't make me a liar. What is it?
Sometimes at night I cry.
What makes you cry?
The fact that I don't have any secrets to tell.
That's it? You're an open book, aren't you? Why don't we end by giving your fellow tweeters some real news they can use? What advice would you have? How can someone become a more effective and interesting tweeter?
It's so dependent on the kind of person you are and the way you speak that everybody has their own language. It's the 140 character constraint itself that makes the creativity of operating with that in that constraint beautiful.
All right, then flip the question on its other end. Is there a cardinal sin of tweeting?
From a specific account, you have to speak with an authentic tone of voice, because in this day and age, with the ubiquity of communication we now have, people can sense inauthenticity very, very quickly.
So keep the bull off Twitter.
Yeah. Authenticity is absolutely the key to a great tweet.
All right. And who's the white whale? Who is the person out there that you are dying to get to use Twitter?
Well, I would say it's a collection of female comedians. It's Melissa McCarthy, it's Tina Fey, it's Amy Poehler. I'll make that my goal.
That's a good goal.
You know, you should give if they join, they should call them @WhiteWhale. That should be their Twitter handle.
Yeah. But you know, one of the things I think about this, and he raised a good point, you can tell when people have somebody else doing their Twitter.
Exactly right.
And people, because people will say, do you write your own Twitter? It would be a lot better if somebody wrote it. Right. But no, but that's, I think that's
you
important.
can tell when they have an agenda. I don't like when people tweet, oh, watch this or see this. You want a constant communication, but I'm going to tweet, keep it real, because I think that's what he's saying with the authenticity there.
Exactly.
So you know what? I'm not going to write your tweets anymore. I'm sorry.
You can write mine.
Yeah, okay,
All right,
good.
so,
I'll keep writing
so
you.
who would you like to see on Twitter? Share with us using the hashtag